web design, and much more. 24/7 IT support available with selected packages. Call us today on 01923 333 111.
There are roughly 153 million orphans worldwide. Every day, an estimated 5,700 more children become orphans. Alone, scared, and vulnerable. It's up to us to reach out to orphan children and show we care. Sponsor an orphan and give a child the best chance in life. Visit www.thehopeappeal.com.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to Ahlulbayt Live, a weekly show where we have lively discussions on religious and social affairs. I'm your host once again, Neil Nasser, and it's my absolute honor to be joined by two incredible sisters who are founding an incredible event that's going to be happening on the 26th of November, and we're here to talk about it more, inshallah ta'ala. I'd like to introduce to you firstly Sister Fatima Zahra Laka. Assalamu alaikum, sister.
Alaikum salam.
And Sister Zoya Hasraj?
Zoya Hansraj.
Sorry for pronouncing your name wrong there. Welcome to the show. It's an honor to have you both here.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. So today's topic, my dear viewers, is about the reasons why behind supporting community commerce. Really important topic. With the upcoming Hujjat Business Bizarre that's coming up on the 26th of November, which we mentioned, we're going to uncover some of these reasons behind the importance of supporting these community-based projects, e-commerce, entrepreneurism, alongside the aims and objective with some of these amazing event organizers that are with me today, inshallah. Okay, sisters, are you ready?
Yep.
Brilliant. So I think the first question that comes to mind that for myself is, why is it really important for us, in terms of as a community, to support our community members, invest in homegrown businesses and entrepreneurs within our communities, within our Muslim communities? Why is it so important?
I mean, supporting homegrown businesses and investing in them is such a powerful avenue for economic empowerment, and the subsequent opportunities that come with that. So whether that's in terms of job opportunities, learning from their experiences, or learning the tricks of the trade, whatever it is, it's supporting these local businesses, helping them grow, and that's how we encourage other smaller businesses to learn from them and to develop. But also we have so many brilliant minds in the community. Giving them this platform, giving them the opportunity to showcase their businesses, their journeys that got them there, is such a powerful way to facilitate innovation and entrepreneurship, especially for these businesses in the community that really understand the nuances and needs of the Muslim community and tailor their products and services to serve us.
Yeah.
And so we have so many successful businesses that are already doing this, that deserve the promotion, that deserve the platform to showcase this more. And also, I think as a community, we have instilled within us across generations a love for giving back.
Yes.
And it's these small businesses that when they grow, reinvest back into the community. And it's just such a powerful, positive cycle of development, of community development.
Yeah, that's brilliant. I think I share that ethos really, supporting our brothers and sisters in faith. We can only grow that community further. And you're right in saying that it will bring back to the community eventually. It's a phenomenal ethos. I want to try to understand a little bit more the importance of, directly supporting that business within the community and how that then feeds into the economic empowerment amongst the community members as a whole.
So I think this can be looked at from two perspectives. One from those of the businesses and one from that of the community, where businesses get the opportunity to showcase what they have, their unique products, their unique services, and the community as well has the opportunity to actually see within their community what it has to offer, because not everyone, I think, has the privilege of having a community such as ours, where, you know, we're large, we're interconnected, we have all these connections, the network. So it's important, I think, that in as much as we have the religious aspect of community, we also have the social, the business, the economic aspect of community, where we come together and, you know, we have our businesses that we can support and just get what we want at the end of the day. I think most importantly, it fosters a sense of support within the community.
Yeah.
I think that a lot of growing businesses need that, you know, confidence, need that boost, need that sense of familiarity, that when they're having their businesses out there, their community are the first people who are actually coming up and stepping up to support them.
Agreed.
So I think it's very important in actually keeping the community business, you know, community business, community spirit together. And when that entrepreneur has that support from the community, it just gives them a confidence in a whole new level that, look, my community believes in me.
Yeah.
I can go out there and show them
Yeah.
that, you know, I am an established individual or an established business.
Yeah.
So I think the direct implication is just that confidence, that boost, that
Yeah.
support that your community gives you for you to be better, even better out there.
Yeah, amazing.
Most importantly, yeah.
I guess as well, there's that sense of honesty. So if I know X, Y, and Z, and I'm going to go and buy from their store or buy online from them, whatever their services they're offering, and I can give them that honest feedback because there's that trust. You know, Habibi, maybe you want to try and do it this way or do it that way.
And you take it positively.
You take it positively. Yeah. Whereas sometimes, you know, you'll buy a product and you get these online surveys which are anonymous, and they pretty much don't mean anything, to be honest with you, and no change happens.
Yeah.
So it does help to grow. What do you think are the broader benefits to society about this kind of work?
But there's so many entrepreneurs in the Muslim community that are experts in their respective fields. To be able to go out there, represent our community in wider society is such an amazing thing. And giving them the opportunity and the platform to grow and do that is a privilege that we have. That's also specifically because so many people in our community come from such a rich cultural heritage.
Yeah.
And going out there, building those bridges between these Muslim communities, the diverse Muslim community that we are, and the wider society is an absolutely amazing thing.
Yeah.
And then also as a Muslim community, what makes these businesses so different is that they are so unwavering in their commitment to uphold Islamic values. We have learnt from the life of the Prophet and the Ahlulbayt that akhlaq is the best way to show people the religion, the truth of the religion. And going out there representing Islam with the best of their akhlaq when they have a stall or when they're talking to customers or talking to suppliers, whatever it is, whatever aspect of business it is, to go out there with the akhlaq that they have learned from our religion and represent us is an amazing way to teach people about Islam, to teach people about our cultural heritage.
Yeah.
And to show people what we are as a community.
That's right. It's a form of tabligh, right? So you're doing that work with that, you know, you're running a business, you're putting a livelihood, putting food on the table, but also what you're showing the wider community is actually, you know what, we're not what was portrayed in the media about us. We're actually really kind, loving, giving, you know, patient people, and we show that best of our akhlaq, we show that bond and that unity, and I guess the whole ethos of supporting the businesses shows that we're one big ummah and we all come together. So it's beautiful. It kind of ties in with, you know, the teachings of Islam, the Ahlulbayt, the Prophet, in terms of everything that we're taught, really, is terms to give out and to give back. One hand takes from another and the other one gives back. It reminds me of, I'm going off topic now, so it reminds me of like pre-money. So when there was no money,
barter trade.
Yeah. So you could do something. So maybe you were a cook and I was a carpenter. You know, I was hungry and you needed some work done. We would trade.
And it still actually goes on a lot in the communities as well, just to continue on barter trade itself, because you find that community members have that sense of trust between themselves, that, oh, you do me this service, and it's like an unspoken kind of, you know, agreement. You do me this service, and I'll do you my service free of charge. So it's that, you know, that trust, that bond, that relationship that you create, where I trust you to do my work perfectly, and I trust you to trust me to do the same. So I think when it comes to an ummah and when it comes to us being united and together, we really foster these relationships and we take them to the next level by, you know, bringing in commerce and
Yes.
bringing in these businesses and entrepreneurship. So I think we're just a good example for everyone.
Yes, definitely. Asante sana.
And then also just to add, I think this idea of creating that trust in these relationships is so much more valuable now after COVID, after lockdown, where we now have the opportunity to speak to people, to interact with customers face to face, learn about what they like, and really tailor our services that way. And I think it's something that we would value so much more now
Yeah.
Than we did before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I think pre-COVID, we took a lot of things for granted. And COVID kind of pulled it away from us. It's almost like pulling the rug away from you. And you've got to step back and reflect, actually, what have I got? What am I doing in my life? I'm a life coach, so I found a lot of clients coming to me like, I just spent 2 years on lockdown. What am I doing with my life? And a lot of people have actually started their own businesses after that as well, which kind of ties in with the religious teachings of the Ahlulbayt, alayhim salam, the Prophet, Islam, about running your own business, which is really important.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously from our imams, from our prophets, we've learned that, you know, they were shepherds, they were farmers, they were carpenters, and we didn't have firms or we didn't have these entrepreneurial structures that we now have, and they just had their own little businesses and they did their own little thing. But it goes to show that self-sufficiency itself is very, very important in Islam, as they have shown us.
Yeah.
Because obviously the concept of halal risk is also very important, where if you're self-sufficient, you work with your ethos, you work with your values, and your values as a Muslim are obviously bound by the religion.
Yes.
So, you know, having this whole self-sufficient perspective of having it on your business, you are within your limits. You're not, you know, trying to go here and trying to go there and trying to do this all to, you know, get that risk of yours. And I think it also goes to show that no business is ever too small or disregarded. I know that many entrepreneurs have that conception that, oh no, you know, I don't need to do this. So teaching, you know, it's everywhere. I don't think it's good enough, or it's, you know, it's not big enough for me to make a name for myself. But we don't realize that it's these little things that are taught in Islam. It's literally woven into the values of Islam.
Yes.
And I would like to tell everyone watching that it's never too small. What you want to do is never too small, or what you want to do is never not important, because it adds up. You are, you know, basically empowering yourself. You're building up your entrepreneurship skills. And I think it's important to really, really keep in mind that our prophets and our imams had the same, you know, way of working, had the same things that they were doing. And it would gradually grow. In today's economy, you have so many avenues. You have the internet, you have, you know, all these websites, you have the small business showcase where you can come and, you know, promote yourself and start up something that you never thought you would. So it's important to just have that mindset that nothing is ever too small, just as, you know, our prophets and our imams have shown us.
Yeah, thank you so much. I think that's a really important point. You know, numerous stories about Imam Ali alayhi salam helping his friend who was a date seller, the Prophet helping somebody else that was in the marketplace.
And it was all community bound.
All community. So if, you know, you're passing through and I have a store and I need to pop out, you would look after the store.
Yeah.
You know, and there's that trust and that unity. But also then that builds, you know, you have a sense of freedom. So if you're self-employed and you're running your own business, Friday Jummah, you can go. But you find it very difficult if you're working that 9-to-5 job for a company. So then you get to almost get your connection to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, your investment in yourself, your akhirah is a bit deeper as well, because you've got the time to do it. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. You can imagine being at work in a 9-to-5 office and playing, you know, Surah Yasin or Dua Kamel on a Thursday in the office.
And then just looking at you like, what are you doing?
Exactly, but if you have your own business, you've got the freedom to do that.
Yeah,
you've got that luxury to do that. So alhamdulillah. So let's move on to this event, because this event I think is phenomenal. I want to understand what inspired you and your team, so there is a bigger team of course, to initiate this community-led event and support these local businesses and entrepreneurs.
So firstly, this is the second year of this event. We had this event last year.
Yeah.
And the immense support that we had, it was just the biggest reason to know that this event was successful and that we should hold it again. But more importantly, we recognized the potential of businesses and entrepreneurs in the community. And also the journeys that got them there. So not all of them were new entrepreneurs. Some of them had started their business a while ago. Some were younger. Some followed a passion and left their 9-to-5 jobs for this. And so the journeys that got them there are so valuable and so inspirational to people listening to them, people speaking to them. And that's essentially the biggest purpose of this event, is to give them a platform.
Yes.
To give them a platform to do that. And then also to network with other businesses, learn from their mistakes and their achievements, get their tips and their tricks, and develop that entrepreneurial mindset that so many have developed after years and years in the industry sometimes. And then lastly, I think it's an opportunity for young people who have an interest in business to really develop that interest in business.
Yeah.
And then also learn from other entrepreneurs. So like I said previously, it's also the Islamic side of things, and learning from other successful businesses that they can be successful not despite their Islamic values, but because of it, because of following the teachings of the Ahlulbayt, and because they have Allah's support on their side when they go out to seek halal rizq.
That's amazing. And you're very right in saying it's not just the business itself, it's the people that are watching you. Because these people get inspired, like, if he can do it, if she can do it, then what's stopping me? And then there's that whole networking thing. Because you're going to somebody that you're familiar with in your center, you can say, Habibi, how did you do it? Give me some help, give me some tips. And there's that sense of bond within it.
And people are so willing to share their experiences and give support in any way, even the smallest ways, but then also on a bigger scale. And it's something that's so unique to our communities. It's something that we can really tap into in events like these.
Yeah, alhamdulillah. I was present last year, and it was a very good event. I got a lot out of it myself. And I met some of these sisters as well. Of course, Sukaina Nutrition, we know her very well. We did the cooking show during Shah Ramadan on this program, doing phenomenal work. But there were so many vast store holders. And I also went to another event at Dar Islam who were doing the same thing for the Arab community. And I think, it needs to be more promoted within the Shia madhab, inshallah, and I'm sure we'll get more. So tell us more about this event. It's happening, as you can see, dear viewers, on the 26th of November 2023, that's this year, so in less than a month away, nearly a month away, 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. So tell us more about exactly what's going on and what we can expect from this event.
Okay, so the business showcase, the Hujjat Business Showcase, was originally done on Zoom for the first 2 years where it was debuted.
Yeah.
And this is where the community realized that there is a gap between the people of the community and the entrepreneurs of the community. Hujjat being such a wide, big community, it was very difficult for people to know who is doing what is doing what. Yeah. How can I help this person? How can I get my needs met, or my need for my services met without, knowing who anyone is or who everyone is and what they do. And so the first 2 showcases, ideally, were held on Zoom, where it was an open platform for people to come see, and for these entrepreneurs to present what they do and, share their products, their services. And last year was the first time that this showcase was actually moved to a live platform, where it was held at the Northwood School Auditorium.
That's right.
And it was the first time where we actually had the stalls, and we had, an inflow of people coming in and seeing the stalls and, buying things and seeing things and experiencing this whole event where I'm coming to see what businesses have to offer in my community. And as these businesses got more popular within the community because of this showcase. So ideally, we had people come in, see what people do, take their contacts, and if I need my printing done, I know who to call. If I need my artwork done, I know who to call. And it was that sort of community spirit that was built when we had the showcase. So for this year, we have our second business showcase, which after last year's success, obviously it had to come, but on a much larger scale.
Yes.
So we have it combined with the Bibi Khadija Entrepreneurship Competition. Now, before I get into that, the Small Business Showcase this year has over 70 stalls.
MashaAllah.
Very different stalls. We have art, we have, nutrition, we have all sorts of businesses that you can think of, even that you can't think of, that they're showing up. And obviously we're expecting more than 1,000 people to come and to view these businesses and to support them, ideally, from the community. So we have our Bibi Khadija Entrepreneurship Competition. That is a first for this year. And basically, it's a competition that was inspired by Bibi Khadija, because as we all know, she was an entrepreneur in herself.
Exactly.
So the first round of the competition was actually established on the 8th of Ramadan, which was before her death anniversary. So the competition itself was inspired by her. And essentially what happened was we had 15 applications from driven to want to be entrepreneurs who probably didn't have the means to get their businesses going, or the investment, or the capital, or anything else that goes with coming up with a business. And so we had 15 applications, of which we finalized the 10 who went into the semi-final round. And this is where they were it was sort of like a Dragon's Den kind of scenario, if any of us have watched Dragon's Den. So, you know, you have you just standing there and pitching your idea
in front of like a panel of people, which is nerve-wracking, I'm sure.
It's completely nerve-wracking. There are 4 sort of professionals in the community, and you're pitching your whole entire idea to them and making sure that what you relay is sounding like they're going with it. And so we had 10 of those very, very, very interesting businesses. We had food businesses, we had car businesses, we had you know, a lot of different businesses that you wouldn't know exist in your community. And these are budding entrepreneurs. These are people that want to be put on the map. So you can imagine their drive, their passion, their desire to, you know, actually be known. And so of those 10, we finalized to the 3, who is Sukaina, Sana, and Rabab.
Oh, because these are the finalists.
So they're the finalists.
Okay.
So Sukaina has Sukaina Nutrition.
Yes.
And she basically does well-balanced diets, especially for Desi people in our community. We go all out with our oils and our meats and our like rices and curries and spices. And she sort of tries to bring a approach,
she was talking about balance. She's been on a few shows. Balance
approach.
All the time. Alhamdulillah.
And then we have Rabab, who is the founder.
Rabab's here?
Rabab, who's the founder of Young Mindfulness, and she sort of prioritizes children's mental health, which you don't really see quite often. You know, people think that mental health, 21 plus, 30 plus, 40 plus, but she sort of brings the priority to children, where they let out their emotions, and she gives them that avenue, she gives them the facilities to just be themselves and sort of get in tune with their emotions. And then we have Sana, who has who's developed a sort of digital sadqa box.
MashaAllah.
It's a very unique idea, and I think once she pitches it, it's going to be completely out of the box.
Subhanallah.
And so these are the entrepreneurs that we have. And this is the talent, the potential that the community has. And the Small Business Showcase, along with Bibi Khadija Entrepreneurship Competition, gives you that platform as a budding entrepreneur, as someone who wants to be put on the map. And I think that this is one of the biggest economic endeavors that Hujjat has undertaken.
SubhanAllah.
And I think that I don't want to spoil everything.
Don't give too much away.
I'm talking too much. But it's literally very, very anticipating, very exciting, and as the organizers, we're just having our, you know, excitement building up.
We're very, very excited.
It's going to be such a massive event, and as a community, we just want to be there for our entrepreneurs. We want to be there for the young people. We want to be there for our businesses, startup businesses, already developed businesses, and just be there, support them, and, you know, build that economic relationship with them. Other than, you know, social, the Fatiha, the chai, and you know, the conversations. Apart from that, we want to have that formal, you know, economic bond between us. So
that's amazing. What a great platform. What a great, you know, showcase. I love this this competition. So I'm guessing the winner's going to be announced at the show?
Actually, I forgot to mention, the winner gets a £10,000 prize.
We should have had a drum roll.
A £10,000 prize. Wow. And this is a no strings attached prize. It's not a loan. It's not like, oh yeah, give it back to us after like 50 years. It's a reward, but with the hope that whoever wins it does something really great with their business to an extent where they can give back to the community and maybe continue this idea of the Bibi Khadija Entrepreneurship Competition. So the competition actually will be held live, the final, the grand finale with the 3 of them. And we're going to have our judges, and we're going to have the whole Dragon's Den little layout in Byron Hall.
Wow.
So yeah, it's very, very, very exciting.
That sounds super cool. And of course, I just got to say that I was there last year, and sisters and brothers, there was food. Okay, just want to tell you, there was like a restaurant,
Yes,
hub restaurant
the hub,
there.
the
There
hub's
was
back again.
yeah, hub's back again.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. We had coffee. There was juices. I mean, you know, we like a bit of food. So
come like hungry.
come
so that
hungry,
you can enjoy
definitely.
The food.
Come hungry and support these local businesses.
Yeah.
I think it's an incredible event. You know, to show our viewers a bit more, we've got a promo video that we're going to show just now. So just stay tuned to the channel, and we're going to show this promo video. We'll be back in about a minute or so. If we could just get the guys to show this video, we'll be back very shortly. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum. The countdown has begun to the most anticipated event of the year. After last year's successful first ever small business showcase that featured 5 well-renowned speakers who shared their invaluable experiences and inspired our small businesses. This year, Hujjat is hosting the 2nd edition of the business showcase, but this time with a twist. We're also hosting the Bibi Khadija Entrepreneurship Competition Grand Finale live at the showcase, where you will watch the finalists take the hot seat inspired by the famous TV series Dragon's Den. Our aspiring entrepreneurs will pitch their innovative ideas to a panel of seasoned investors, and only one will walk away with a grand prize of £10,000. Our 3 finalists for the Bibi Khadija Entrepreneurship Competition are Sakina Abdul Hussain, founder of Sakina Nutrition, Rabab Nur Muhammad, founder of Young Mindfulness, and Sana Pir Muhammad, founder of The Giving Cube. So join us on Sunday, the 26th of November 2023 from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. at Byram Hall at the Harrow Leisure Centre. This is an opportunity not to be missed. So grab your tickets and come support our entrepreneurs.
Wow, subhanAllah, that gives you more information about the event, glimpses of last year's event, and this year they're saying it's going to be bigger, you know, exponentially bigger. So definitely need to get ourselves down to this event, inshallah ta'ala. All the details are on our screen behind us, and of course we're going to get to the end of the show where we can see where we can follow this event, where we can get tickets from, etc., etc. But coming back to yourselves, dear sisters, I want to now understand the vision about how you and your team envision how this will positively impact the local economy and also the entrepreneurs that are involved.
So I think before even getting into answering the question, this promo was made by one of the budding entrepreneurs in our community.
Wow,
and
such a professional job.
Yeah, thank you.
Amazing.
Yeah, and basically the vision was that every step we took towards making this event a success involved in one way or another an entrepreneur, someone who's trying to come up, someone who's trying to put themselves on a map, and everything that we've done so far has involved such people.
Amazing.
So we might have heard of the saying, charity begins at home.
Yes.
So that applies very, very prevalently in this situation where our community are the first people that will give you your business, that will give you your first pennies, that will, you know, make sure that you are stable and starting. And so we envisioned this event to sort of put these entrepreneurs on the map, and their community are the people that bring them up. As I've previously mentioned, the support system that your community gives you.
Yes.
So we just wanted to foster this positivity and this trust and this relationship on a platform where you can see everything that your community is doing for you.
Yes.
Not only that, but the entrepreneurs see how much support that they receive from their community. I don't think we can realize just how important me as a business, seeing 1,000 people show up to see what I have to offer, it takes your confidence on a whole different level.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's one thing that we were envisioning, is that we want to put our entrepreneurs on the map, but also show them that they are worth whatever they're doing. Their community is there to support them. The community is there to see and to, you know, support them through everything that they're doing.
Yeah.
And it allows the community itself, again, exposure to the various businesses.
Yes.
If I want my printing done, I'm not going to go to my contact in city and be like, hey, can you do me this?
Yes.
I know someone who's probably my neighbor down the road
Yeah.
who can do it for me from my community. And that's all we need in order to make it an all-inclusive community where I am buying from you, you're selling to me, and you know, we're just building this whole connection and a whole network between us.
Yeah, so you
the
will
whole
see that
vision-
growth, won't you, in the community?
Yeah, so the whole vision is to create that bond and that, you know, support and that strength within us,
Yeah.
that we're supporting our entrepreneurs. These are our future. This is our future generation.
Totally.
And we are giving them the empowerment to be who they are, but within our religious ethos.
Subhanallah.
yeah.
I know this is predominantly a Hujjat event, but I'm guessing it's open to all
It's
the
open
shares,
to everyone.
everybody,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, everyone's welcome to come. We also have stalls from everyone, like within the community. I mean, we are a very diverse community, the Shia community,
Yes.
the Muslim community as a whole. We are very diverse, and you will see that at the event. So
Yes.
whether that's people that come to the event, because the event really is open to everyone, but the stalls are open to everyone as well. We've got stalls booked by people in loads of different types
Different
of people.
communities, different
Loads of different
cultures,
communities,
everybody.
yeah.
That's amazing, absolutely incredible. So I was just going to ask about what types of businesses and entrepreneurs that you will see. So we've talked about, I think you said printing, so we've heard that. We've got these ladies here, alhamdulillah. It's amazing to see the empowerment of sisterhood, that three ladies
Yeah,
are
I
in
was
there.
going to say it's all three girls, but I didn't want to sound like, oh, pro girl, but we're all
No,
girls.
it's amazing,
so,
and I'm sure
yeah.
everybody that entered this competition
Yeah.
really had incredible businesses. But
Yeah.
you know, well, when I was there last year, I saw children's books. I saw.
And they're back?
They're back this year.
burglar alarms.
Yeah.
There was a brother
Oh,
doing
wow.
burglar alarms. There was somebody doing wellness courses. There was. What else did I see? Pajamas. Yeah, I saw
Yes.
pajamas there. Soaps, I think there was there as well. Some sort of fragrance. I can remember walking into the main hall and just getting hit with this aroma, which was phenomenal. And of
Yeah.
course, the food,
Yeah.
the coffee, and things
hub
like
is
that.
back.
Yeah, the hub is back, which is
Yeah.
fantastic. It's just incredible to see that different collective. And you, like you said earlier on, you can't quantify this in terms of what it's going to do for the business owner, but what it's also going to do for the community. Confidence alone with the community to actually invest in A, B, or C, but also with the entrepreneur to feel, you know, strong and
Yeah.
feel like actually people believe in me, and you've got to keep going and keep going. So alhamdulillah, really, it's kudos to all you guys, and well done, inshallah. Well done, inshallah it goes well. So what other things can we see on this event? So what other things have been booked? You said there's 70 stalls. You're going to give us a bit of a sneak peek of
Well,
what
I'm
we
not
can
going to
expect?
mention 70, but we could
No.
mention
Yeah, I
a
mean,
few.
What varieties
You've
have we
covered a
got?
few. So we do have, we've got clothing stores, we've got, I think I remember, hijabaya that are going to be there. And I mean, we're always looking for
Hijabs and abayas.
scarves,
Yeah.
abayas.
We,
We're always
we're
after
your
that sort of
hub
thing.
on 26th November.
This is
We're
going
your
to
hub.
be amazing. Yeah, we've got jewelry, perfumes. I think I remember you mentioned right now.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, you're going to come in. You're going to see loads of different things. Smell. It's going to smell really great. There
Amazing.
are businesses. We've even got people from the legal and financial sectors. So people that are offering those services at a very professional level. And then we've got people selling children's books, educational resources.
And I think one of the important people that we have in our stalls is, you know, I mentioned that we had 10 people who were semi-finalists
Yes,
and only
yes.
3 went through. The other 7 have actually been offered stalls so that they can come and show everyone else what they have to offer, not just the dragons and judges,
Okay.
but everyone else to kind of see why they were the 10 finalists and what they have to offer. And hopefully someone who sees them might be interested in what they're doing and, you know, will probably take them up and,
Yeah.
you know, give them that boost, give them the investment, give them whatever they need to sort of move to the next step. So
Phenomenal.
I think we as a community really had the, you know, intention to sort of take these people forward as well. And we're trying to do that by giving them the stalls as well. So.
Incredible, absolutely incredible. And of course, you'll see Ahlulbayt TV there as well.
Yes.
We have a stall there as well to showcase all the great work that we do. Of course, we are a channel that relies on donations and relies on advertising. So, you know, please do come down and check out the great work that the team do. And you can meet some of the local faces and the people you see behind the screen. And maybe some people we see behind the back office, which you've seen today, some of our technicians and stuff. Quite interestingly, what I want to ask about is collaborating with established local businesses that are already out there in the community. You can see at the bottom of the screen the range of sponsors on there. Could you talk a little bit more about the sponsorship and how this ties in with the local business owners and to ensure that the event's successful, really?
Okay, well, it goes two ways, right?
Yeah.
So on the one hand, we have loads of businesses. We've got River Media Group, we've got MS Productions, Leafy Lettings, and Birds from Do are sponsors. We've got WF8 as a sponsor, and we're doing this event in collaboration with Hujjat, Al-Hadi Youth, and the Small Business Showcase. So we've got businesses on that side, and then we've got businesses on the other side as well. So we've got smaller businesses that are going to be benefiting from the event in other ways as well. So like we said, the hub is going to be catering there, and it's another small business that's going to be that you're going to see there. We've got kids activities at the event with Smash Badminton Academy. We've got Young Mindfulness doing kids activities, and we've also got Box and Flex with Mary. So these are all other small businesses, and we're trying to find an avenue to help small businesses, support them and promote them in every way we can. The business showcase itself, but also other smaller, just any other avenue that we can find in the setting up of the event.
Phenomenal. That's amazing. So there's this whole ethos of actually established business giving back to small businesses, and then so the cycle begins all over again.
And as I mentioned, that every step of the way we're trying to utilize these small businesses as much as we can, and that's why we have Young Mindfulness, we have Smash Badminton, we have Box and Flex, which, by the way, make sure that this is a family event, so you can come with your kids. They'll be entertained. But the whole point is to go all the way to make this event a success with these small businesses. So it's not just you come to the store, show your things, and you're done. It's we're supporting you from beginning to end, and hopefully the cycle continues for a really long time.
Yeah, so some of these small businesses in future will become successful, and they'll feed back into future events and then grow other young people.
That's the objective.
That's amazing. That's kind of each one teach one ethos, right? Yeah. You start off here, you plant the seed, you grow the tree, the fruit falls off, it goes back into the ground, and you grow an orchard. And that's what we need to do in this community. Alhamdulillah, that's beautiful. So what role do you believe the event plays in preserving and celebrating the unique cultural and entrepreneurial spirit of the community?
So, as we've mentioned, that the event is open to everyone, so we're trying to promote this diversity not only within the community, obviously it's primarily a community event, but we're trying to get this open to everyone else to see what Hujjat has to offer the world. You know, it's that kind of diversifying this event. It's sort of making sure that, yeah, you're getting the exposure in your community, but we're trying to get you that exposure elsewhere. So it's not just about the community, it's about everyone else seeing what you have to offer. And, you know, we have that famous saying, we rise by lifting others. And I think that in times like these, post-COVID, where businesses are trying to pick back up, it's very important for us to be there to support our people and to make sure that, yeah, we do our job, but we help them get the exposure that they need. And that's essentially, I think, one of the most important things that we're trying to do. And the more we empower our community-run businesses, the better for our communities, because this is our generation. These are the coming generations. These are the people who are going to continue taking our legacy on as a community. And you empower them, and they're going to work wonders for the rest of time, basically.
Amazing.
So, yeah.
Have you considered, I mean, I'm going to get off topic, just thinking off the top of my head, you know, inviting people from outside of the community, maybe local MPs or people that, you know, other residents that live local to Hujjat or that kind of thing?
Yes, so we actually,
smiling.
because I have an answer. So we basically did that last year. If you remember, or if anyone else remembers, that last year's Small Business Showcase had 5 keynote speakers. One of them was the mayor. We had speakers like Suhail Nur Mohammed, who is a self-built entrepreneur, basically. And we had the councillor Abbas Mirali, and all these people basically gave these businesses their experience, their sort of values, their ideas on how to succeed as an entrepreneur, what to do to put yourself on the map as an entrepreneur, the values to instill as an entrepreneur, you know, things like discipline. I remember Suhail talking about discipline and, you know, wanting to be a go-getter. And we basically had these 5 speakers who motivated, essentially, the businesses that were there, that if you want to reach a certain level, you have to do this, and you have to get this, and you have to, you know, abide by this. And it was basically just them sharing their experiences, as to how they're already there. And I think from hearing back from the businesses, they really valued these speakers and what they had to offer them, because it was completely insightful. It's completely insightful hearing something from an experienced person in your field. You know, whether it's a teacher, a lawyer, a doctor, you always value what they have to say because they've been through what you're exactly going through. And I think that was one of the key things that we did last year that we wanted to do to, you know, instill that self-sufficiency and to, you know, make sure that the businesses are actually benefiting completely, holistically from the event that we were giving them. This year, though, we have the ABTV competition, which, no less, it's going to be an amazing blast. So.
It will be, definitely. So this is based at Harrow Leisure Centre. Which is on the heart of Harrow, basically. So if I'm a local resident, you know, not a Muslim, am I allowed to walk in? Can I take part in the event? It's open to all?
It really is open to all. Of course, we started off with the community. But then one of the most important things is developing our community in the context of wider society. And the event is really open to everyone, within the community, outside the community. Anyone that's interested is welcome to come, welcome to book a stall. We will go through details at the end. But yeah, it really is welcome to everyone.
That's phenomenal. That's phenomenal, because then you're spreading the word of these small businesses further, you know, outside, and majority of people live within that area anyway. So if you could find a local business and maybe a trade or something that you need within our community, and it's being supported by someone outside of our community, then it's going to grow even further. Because the most powerful tool, and we learn this in coaching, is not social media and it's not advertising. Word of mouth. You know, if you get a good service from somebody, and of course we're going to get a good service from our brothers and sisters because we have the best akhlaq. Alhamdulillah. So you've had a few events now. You had the one last year. You've had these few Zoom events. I'm going to ask you, have you got any success stories that you want to share with any of the business at all? Any specific examples where the business has benefited from any of the events at all?
So generally, we had really great feedback from last year's event. But something that was really interesting was that some of the businesses that had a stall in last year's event, so for example, Sugaina Nutrition, and Young Mindfulness. We also had Pump Munch that had a stall last year. They applied to participate in the Bibi Khadija entrepreneurship competition. And so of course we have Sugaina Nutrition and Young Mindfulness and the finalists, Pump Munch and the semi-finalists. And it is such a great thing to be able to see that journey of them going through last year's business showcase, coming up to the entrepreneurship competition this year. And like Fatima Zahra pointed out, the semi-finalists of the competition also have stalls at the event. So it's that kind of journey, seeing them develop, seeing them grow across the year. And hopefully, inshallah, after this as well, in next year's business showcase, it's not one story, but it's just the success of last year's event in collaboration with this year's event. And I think that's amazing.
Yeah, amazing. I mean, I can vouch for Sugaina because I met her previously to that show. We did some work with a charity, but then I saw her at the show and didn't realize what she did. And then we involved her in a few shows. On this actual show, actually, we came on and talked about nutrition. And then we did this cooking show during Shah Ramadan. And that whole journey of her growing her business all started from last year. So I think that's quite a success story in itself, isn't it? So it's phenomenal to see that. And, you know, for me personally, being, I don't want to give away my age, but seeing young people with this positive spark of energy, that they got this go-get mindset, that they just don't want to sit down on the sofa, they want to go out there and get it. And that's something that I know you guys and your team have really pushed and supported throughout. Alhamdulillah, it's beautiful. So what would you say to the community members now that may be watching this and they might hesitate to get involved, firstly in supporting the business, all their entrepreneurs and signing up for stalls? How can they go and make a difference through this event?
I think I've mentioned time and time again that we as a community are your first step in any sort of entrepreneurial thing that you want to do. If I want to do a business, or if I want to start, let's say, baking cakes, the first people that I'm going to look to sell to is my community, because I know that I'm capable of meeting their needs, and they are the first people to come to me with money to buy my cakes and my biscuits and my wonderful banana bread cake.
Do you sell cakes, by the way?
No, I don't. I wish I did, but I don't.
My stomach rumbled a little bit then.
No, but it's just to show that if we are hesitant in, supporting these businesses, then they won't grow. And we know that the businesses coming up right now aren't people who are 50, 60 years old. They're people starting out their lives. They're 20 years old, they're 30 years old, some are 40 years old, starting a completely new thing.
Yeah.
And if we don't give them the support they need, then where will they go?
Yeah.
And as a community, as the Prophet has taught us, our Imams have taught us, that you invest in your people to get that back in hundreds and
Yes.
thousands and massive different units.
That's right.
Because once you take the first step towards supporting them, they will do wonders and they will give back to your own community that you're so proud of and you're so privileged to be in. So I think it's just the concept of having a cycle where I support you, you do well, you become a big person, and you give back to the community, and it continues and it continues, because that's the community spirit.
Yes.
We thrive by taking on our duty towards our people in our community. That's what gives us joy, that's what makes us happy, that's what makes us bigger and better. And I think supporting businesses is where the first step starts. Obviously, you would have your due diligence and you would see what to do and how to do, but that aside, you supporting your businesses is what will make your community better.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. There's a book by Sheikh Jafar Ladak, it's his most recent book, and he talks a lot about the economics of the Islamic society based on an ayah from Quran, and then he goes into the hadith. And it talks about, I'm going to simplify it, obviously go and read the book, because I won't do it justice, but basically, anything that you earn and that's your excess, so if you paid your bills, you've put your savings to one side, you've got money for food, you paid everything, and you've got a few £100 left over, which is just sitting there in your bank account, that actually doesn't belong to us. That belongs to somebody else. Now, when we're talking about charity beginning at home, there's people in our community with struggling businesses, there's people in our community that are trying to make ends meet. Put the heating on. It's getting cold, right? We vouched for that today. It's very, very rainy and very windy. But there's people, honestly, in our communities that find it difficult to put food on the table. And that excess is something that we can do to invest in our growth of our small businesses. So it really fits in well with our Islamic teachings when we go deeper into the hadith and deeper into what we should be doing with our excess. This is what we should be doing with it. We should be helping and support. Investing in our own, and we grow, and we see other communities doing it, right? There are other communities. We see the Jewish community. They're very much, in terms of the way that they're set up, they very much have this system, and they're very entrepreneurialism, and they really support each other. So, inshallah, these events and many more will go further and further to see the prosperity of the Shia madhab, inshallah ta'ala. So we've got about 10 minutes left of the show. I think what I want you to go through now is how can our viewers get involved? Number one, how can they register? Firstly, to participate. So can I get a stall? How can we get there? But also the people that want to attend and go and eat the food. No, I'm joking. But come and see these amazing stalls.
So you can book a stall on the Hujjat website. That's hujjat.org.
Okay.
And so the event will be held on the 26th of November, 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. And you can hold a stall there. Everyone's welcome, everyone's invited rather. You don't have to pay anything to attend, so make sure to come. There will be something for everyone. So whether that's for your children, or whether you're looking to buy something specific, whether you or whether you just want to look around or enjoy some good food from the hub. Please do come along, bring your family and friends along, because there really is something for everyone. So you can find more information on the Hujjat website, that's hujjat.org. Also on their Instagram page, KSIMC London.
Okay.
Yeah, and follow along to get the registration links, the Eventbrite links, everything, because they're not released yet.
Okay.
But follow along too.
Excellent. So we have to book a ticket. If I wanted to come along, we have to book a ticket in advance?
Yeah, so we're actually in the midst of planning on how to go about registration, but so far we're having an Eventbrite, so that at least we can keep track of how many people are coming in, who's coming in, just for statistics purposes, obviously, for our records.
Yeah.
But yeah, as soon as those are released, we will have them on our Instagram and our website. So
excellent. So again, I'm going to play devil's advocate here. So you're going on Eventbrite, you've got everybody's email addresses, etc. As a small business owner, do I get access to that mailing list that I can talk to these potential customers?
No, you
No?
have to come to the business,
Okay.
speak to them, and they
And
will
then
share their contact,
Okay.
network, however they want to go about it.
Phenomenal. That's amazing. I think it's going to be an incredible event. So Sunday the 26th of November this year, 2023, 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. at Byron Hall, Harrow Leisure Centre. I'm guessing that's just Harrow Leisure Centre.
Yeah,
There's
it
no
is.
specific call. The competition's going to begin at 6 p.m. So that's the final. Will that be live on the stage?
Live on the stage, fancy decorated stage,
Yeah.
and you will get to see our version of Dragon's Den live.
Excellent. And then we'll see the whole business showcase. We'll see the finalists. Plus, we're going to see, you said 70 stalls that are going to be
70
there as
plus.
well.
We're still having registrations.
It's
and
still
it's
happening.
not too late if you want
Yeah,
to
you
book
can
a
still
stall.
register.
Excellent. So is there a cap of how many stalls you can have?
At the moment, no,
Mm-hmm.
but maybe
Maybe.
maybe if you don't hurry up.
I'm assuming
So-
you'll have facilities for Salah
Yes.
because it's at 2, so maybe,
Yeah,
will the clocks go? Yeah, so it would be about 5 p.m., something like
Yeah.
that. Maghrib will be there.
yeah.
Excellent. So everyone's welcome, everyone can
Everyone's
come in.
welcome.
Wonderful. We've got about 5 minutes left of the show. I've kind of exhausted everything that I want to say. What can we say more about, investing in our community and how important it is to be doing that? Not just for our community, but all the other communities that are listening right now. You're inspiring me. You're probably inspiring our viewers. How do you start something like this, an initiative like this?
I think it all comes down to the feedback that you receive from your community. So it's very, very important for you as a community member to give your leadership your feedback, and as leadership for you to take back whatever feedback you're getting. And I think through feedback, we realized that there was a gap between the community and them having access to all these, entrepreneurs, all these businesses in the community. And that's where we decided to, step up and have a showcase where you come, you sell what you have to sell, and I as a community member can come and see what you have.
Okay.
And at that point in time, it was just an introduction of this whole idea of, me being a business, showing you what I have, you coming and buying it from me. But then it was so successful last year and the years before on Zoom that we thought that this could be a continuous thing where, you develop your business time and time again, and, you come and you show it to us and we invest in you. And I think the most important thing that led us here is the fact that our community itself is very, very keen on the empowerment of its entrepreneurs. Because otherwise we wouldn't even be taking these steps. But because we're so concerned and we're so wanting to move these entrepreneurs forward and put them on the map as a community, because we're so enthusiastic about that, we came up with an avenue for them to do that. And I think that if anyone else were to start something like this, just listen to your people, listen to your community, and have it in you that, you want to promote the entrepreneurs in your community. And I think just having a simple, it doesn't even have to be that fancy, that big, just a simple, area. You come with your stall and people come and, they see what you have to offer. You don't know just how much it does for those entrepreneurs to come and see that, someone's coming and buying and looking at what I have to offer.
Yes.
It's a completely different feeling. So it doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be fancy. Obviously, if you can, do it. But
Yeah.
it's just a matter of, taking in what your community asks for, doing it, and, having that intention to empower the people in your community,
Yes.
whether it be religiously, socially, economically. It's just you listening to your people.
Yeah.
I think that's the most important thing.
Also,
Yeah, that's
just to
right.
add, this is going to be such a big event, and it wouldn't be possible without so many people that are passionate about the growth of businesses in our community.
Yes.
So whether that's the volunteers, whether that's the AV team, the
Sponsors.
sponsors
Yep.
especially, so many people have been involved in this event, but purely because of their love for community and their passion for bringing and developing businesses. And so it really comes back to our community, it really comes back to that love of giving back, of community service,
Yeah.
that unity within our community that really uplifts us and helps make events like these possible.
Yeah, it's incredible. You're very inspiring, I must say, sisters. Alhamdulillah. So you've obviously volunteered your time. This is not a paid job that you're doing. You're volunteering your time to help and support this event and probably many more. Now, you've inspired me. You probably inspired the viewers. Coming years to come, how do people get involved on your side of the fence, rather than actually getting involved with the event, but help to organise? are you guys obviously going to be there at the event as well? Are you open to extra volunteers and help and support?
Yeah, actually
Zoya's
we
like,
are.
yeah.
Because we know, because we've got a lot of manpower that we need. But
Yeah.
obviously, aside from that, we would appreciate any volunteers that would come forward and, to be like, hi, I have this much time, this is this I can offer. How can I help? It's just a simple sentence. How can I help?
Yes.
And honestly, it'll make our life so much easier.
Sure. So you need extra help on the day as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Obviously, if you can. If not, we've got things covered. But it would be helpful for us to have a few extra hands on deck.
Yeah, of course. A few high-vis jackets, help people around, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Fantastic. That's great. I think the event's going to be amazing and a success. And, thank you for inviting me to be one of the hosts as well.
Thank you for inviting us.
No problem at all. So I'm going to be hosting the event with Ali Gokul as well. So I'm very honored to be on the platform. And as I said, the team from Ahlulbayt TV will be there as well, showcasing some of the work that we do, alhamdulillah, which is such a blessing. I think the success of this event is going to be incredible. It's quite groundbreaking. As I said, I attended last year's event and I came away so impressed with everyone's attitude, the way that people uplifted community spirit and helped and supported each other. So we're into the last couple of minutes. I just want to get your final words, if you don't mind. So we'll go with Sister Zoya first.
I mean, there's literally only one thing I can say, which is come to the event. You're going to have a good time. There's nothing to lose. There's something for everyone. Bring your friends, bring your family from within the community and outside. Just get involved. Just come. It will be a great day. You'll have lots of fun and I'm sure you won't regret it. So inshallah, we'll see you there.
Amazing, amazing. Sister Fatima Zahra.
Yeah, I'll just say keep your Sunday free. Make sure you're not doing anything so that you can come support us, come support your community, come support entrepreneurs. And for anyone who likes shopping, like I do, there's a lot of stalls.
Okay.
So your abayas, your perfumes, everything there is.
The first thing you mention every time is abayas.
Because I'm always on the hunt for like nice, affordable abayas, which, by the way, we have so many stalls selling these affordable abayas and affordable hijabs.
Yeah.
So because, obviously that's what I mostly wear. So that's what I'm looking forward to personally.
So if we want to see you at the event, we go to the stalls that have the abayas.
Yes.
Phenomenal. Excellent. Well, sisters, I wish you all the success with the event. I think it's going to be phenomenal. And kudos to you and your team. May Allah reward you all, inshallah, with immense barakah, because this is a phenomenal initiative. And I wish you all the success with every single part of this and success in years to come, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Thank you so
much for having us and for your time.
You're very welcome. Jazakallah khair. Dear viewers, that's been our show. We're going to wrap up there. So don't forget, Sunday the 26th of November, go down to Byron Hall, Harrow Leisure Centre for Hujjat Business Showcase. Don't forget, there'll be the finalists will be there. There'll be a lot of things going on. Amazing, 70 plus stores there, food and different clothing items and books and all sorts going to be there. And it's all about supporting our local communities, supporting one another, helping our communities to grow, inshallah, with e-commerce. And then that comes back and feeds back into our local communities and our Shia Madhab as a large, inshallah ta'ala. It's been an absolutely phenomenal show. We'll be back next week, inshallah, so please tune in, same time, same place. We'll be celebrating the Walada of Imam Hassan Askari alayhi salam, and our special guest would be Sayyid Jafar Milani. So please do tune in then, inshallah. I look forward to seeing you. Assalamu alaikum, jami'an rahmatullah, wa barakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum. The countdown has begun to the most anticipated event of the year. After last year's successful first ever small business showcase that featured 5 well-renowned speakers who shared their invaluable experiences and inspired our small businesses. This year, Hujjat is hosting the 2nd edition of the business showcase, but this time with a twist. We're also hosting the Bibi Khadija Entrepreneurship Competition Grand Finale.
Knowledge is a gateway to endless possibilities, but 70% of 10-year-olds worldwide struggle to comprehend